This is the Morning Swim Show for Wednesday, September 22nd, 2010. I'm your host, Peter Bush. In the Phoenix Monitor today, we'll talk to American sprinter Josh Schneider. You may remember he tied for second with Cullen Jones in the 50 free at the Summer Nationals. USA Swimming is now sorting out what that means for his future. Josh joins us right now in the Phoenix Monitor from Charlotte. Hey, Josh, welcome back to the show. How you doing?
Oh, I'm pretty good. How about yourself?
Good, thanks. All right, let's get to the updates. First of all, your performance over the summer means you are now officially a part of the U.S. national team, correct?
Correct.
And the second, more intriguing thing is that you may or may not get to swim on the at the World Championships. Tell us about what you have to do now.
It's more of, I guess now, is a swim-off between Cullen and I at the Ultra Swim in Charlotte in May, I think. So, I guess it's him or I is going to be on the world team, and that's going to be the deciding factors that meet.
Now, did you guys mutually decide on that? Who picked the Charlotte Ultra Swim?
I think it was talk after, right after I got DQ'd, like the next day. They were saying if we got back on, or if I got back on, that would be the meet. To be deciding on who's going to take, I guess, the next spot on the national team for the World Championships if Cullen didn't go faster at Pan Pacs, in which he didn't. So after that, that was more of a reality. So I guess here we are today, and I think that's the plan. It's not set in stone yet, but it's getting there. All
right. Well, I'll certainly add some intrigue to the Charlotte Ultra Swim. So the way it would work would be just one swim. You know, treated as like a timed final, one on one.
I'm not too sure. They haven't really gone into it much, but I'd imagine I think they're going to treat it as a separate event. And I think that's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be unique, different, and there's a lot going to be on the line. Him and I are really good friends, so I guess not at that meet we won't be, but after that, I don't know. I think it's going to be a different experience, so I don't really know what I'm feeling right now.
Is it a touchy subject now that you guys train together?
You know, it really isn't. He actually had to sign off on some agreements for me to come back on the team, on the national team, for that appeal to go through. I'm not really sure what all three agreements were, but that was worked out between, I guess, my lawyer and him. And basically it was saying that if I was let back on, then we'd have to do a swim-off for the World Championship team, and he actually signed off on that. I saw him later on, or earlier this week, and I thanked him, and he said that was the right thing to do. He was like, pretty much said, well, I guess through that whole thing when I was DQ'd, he knew that it was an honest accident from a coach's standpoint. So, and he knew I wasn't trying to pull any fast ones on the officials or USA Swimming. So, you know, he did the right thing, and there's no bad blood right now. I mean, today we were lifting, and he actually looked up, and I wasn't doing one of the drills right, and I mean, he come over and helped me, and I mean, he is, I don't want to toot his horn or anything, but he is definitely a great role model and someone I look up to.
Well, that's great. It sounds like you did the right thing. It shows a lot of character on Cullen's part.
It really does. And I don't know. Cullen's been great for me. I wouldn't be on the USA national team if it wasn't for him, flat out. So big thanks to him.
You know, you're sort of you're the one with momentum right now. You're the one getting faster, it seems like, every time you jump in the pool. So, you know, sometimes that can get awkward when one person sort of plateaued and they're training with somebody who just keeps getting faster. Do you think in a way you can make Cullen faster though too?
Yeah, I really think that's what he's banking on. Is I guess me pushing him to the next level. I mean, that's partially and almost mostly the reason why I came down here, is to train with someone like at his level. So I'm sure he expects the same from me, and for everything he's done for me, man, I'm going to give him everything and more. I'm going to be the best training partner I can for him. So, you know, we got a bond going on right now, and it's something that I haven't experienced as someone being my teammate and my toughest competitor. And for the respect we show for each other is really something you only hear in stories. So I'm actually living a fairy tale right now. So I guess I'm just embracing everything and taking everything in. So
well, sort of this magical ride started back in March with your breakout swim at NCAA's. You said on this show before your NCAA swim, you said, I can beat Nathan Adrian in the 50, and sure enough you did. Now, there seems to be still a gap in the long course 50. So, do you think you can beat Nathan Adrian in the long course 50?
I do. I really do. If I could do it all over again, I kind of say that I've been saying that disqualification was good and bad, in that I swam with more emotion than I probably would have swam with at the U.S. Nationals. But 20 minutes after my race, Dave Marsh told me that I was DQ'd and everything was going to be fine. He was going to work it out. And then I actually had to talk to, I guess, the committee, and I thought they were going to overturn it and let me back in, but they didn't. And then I guess about 3 o'clock I was told I wasn't going to swim. And then so I was obviously not in my rituals I normally perform when I get done swimming my prelims and then going into my finals. So I was really stressed out at that point, trying to stay calm just in case I did swim. And then that night I got to talk to the committee again, a different committee this time. And I truly felt like they were in my favor, and they believed that it was an honest accident and were going to let me back in the race. But then they voted again on no. So I would say about 40 minutes before I raced, I found out I was swimming under appeal. So if I could redo it again, I really feel like I would do better. But it's hard to sit here and say that now after everything's said and done. And I'm not going to take anything away from his swim, because obviously it was one of the best swims in the world, I guess top 2 in the world. But I would have liked to have gone into the finals with performing my, I guess, swimming rituals that I like to do to get my mind set, my body set. And I had a lot of emotional ties on that race for other reasons. So if I could, yeah, I'd like to race again. And I'll get the chance. So I guess only time will tell if I really truly could.
Is there anything specifically that Nathan still does that's better than you?
Oh, of course. I mean, his stroke is light years ahead of mine. So I need to learn a lot better technique. And I also really am envious of that straight arm that he does at like the last 10 meters. I kind of feel like that's I don't know what you would call it, but it's really hard to pass him when he does that. And I don't know. It's almost intimidating in a way, but I don't know. I kind of want to imitate it, but I don't want to take his trademark away. So I'm not really sure, but yeah.
How's your hand?
The hand actually wasn't feeling too good on Friday, and I was actually going to go back to a hand specialist. But over the weekend, man, it performed like a miracle, and it's 100%. So I have no pain in my hand anymore. So it's back to normal.
So will
but
you?
A little shorter.
So will you shave or taper at all before Charlotte Ultra Swim, or is that now the primary focus for you?
I'm going to treat it as my primary focus. Oh, sorry about that. I'm going to treat it as my primary focus because, I mean, you don't want to miss an opportunity like this just because you're holding back. I don't think he's going to hold back. I'm not going to hold back, and I think we're going to lay all of our cards on the put it all on the line. I was
just wondering because I know coming up in the fall and the winter is a good chance to make a lot of money at those around the world, World Cup meets, and usually you shave for those. But are you going to hold off on those now?
I'm not really sure. I guess that would be the coach's decision. Yeah. But they've always said that the best form of training is actually racing, so I don't see a problem with shaving over and over again. I think that's going to be enough time between those meets and the Charlotte Ultra Swim to keep shaving. So,
well,
I don't know.
Well, congrats on even being in this position. It's pretty incredible where you were a year ago to where you are now. So congratulations once again.
Well, thank you very much.
All right, thanks, Josh. Appreciate it. That's Josh Schneider joining us in the Finis Monitor. And that's it for today's show. I'm Peter Bush, reminding you to keep your head down at the finish.